Do you think it is a good thing that removals and enforced returns of people who are in the country illegally are up under Labour? Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Tom. Thanks for having me. I think that Labour's plan to publish the videos of their illegal immigration detention is just a copy and paste of what Priti Patel's approach did. I'm old enough to remember when Priti Patel used these similar hardline tactics, and Labour condemned them as being performative cruelty. And I think what these videos and this policy is to mask actual policy failure, because what's happening now is they're walking down the same path, going from opposition to sort of imitation, while legitimising right-wing Tory-style immigration crackdowns, and they're not offering real solutions. I mean,
but what is the real solution to someone who is working here illegally?
Well, if somebody's working here illegally, they obviously came here in a reason. There's obviously we can't go. We have to go by case basis. And
okay, I'll go by one of the cases. There's a car wash full of people who, some of whom came in on a visa and have overstayed, and some of whom didn't come in on a visa at all. What should happen to them?
Well, they're here now, and the way that they should be dealt with is, first of all, they should be safe and legal routes for people to come here, so they don't have to resort to these boats and stuff. And once they are here, they should be processed in a way
this is a different category, Mish. You're talking about asylum claims. I'm talking here about people who arrived on a work visa and have overstayed, or people who didn't have any visa at all and aren't here claiming asylum. They're here to work. What should happen to them?
But it's still government failure. It's failure of the ways that the governments have set it up. It's just, and what this videoing and all these talks are doing.
What should happen to those people who are caught in that position? What should happen to them?
Those people that are caught in that position should be processed properly. The cameras don't fix the chaos. It's a chaotic situation.
They're not here legally. They've got no right to be here. What would processing them involve?
But the reason they're no right to be here is because there's no safe routes for them to.
They're not asylum seekers, Mr. Rahman. Different category of person. They're not asylum seekers. They are here to work illegally. Don't claim asylum. They're not here to claim asylum. What should happen to them?
Well, it's simple. If they should be processed, and if they're processed,
what process?
The process that the government has of dealing with somebody who is here illegally.
So we let anyone who comes in here, if they're found to be here, we let anyone who's here already. Oh, well, you're here now, so you might as well come in. Go on then, carry on.
Why not, Tom? Because if they do, then they end up paying tax and contributing to the system.
Well, who'd you turn away then?
Sorry?
Who'd you turn away? Who'd you say no to? If you open the door and say, "Come on, in you come,"
but there is no open door policy here. People either come in by crossings or they come in with a regular visa. They overstay. If there's a process and there's a case where it follows where they can remain, and then they can contribute to this country. The fact of the matter is that what this is happening, it's not improving the society that we live in. It's not going to improve the cost of living crisis. It won't reduce our bills. It's not going to reduce our rising food prices. This is these cameras to show the chaos.
These are people who use public services, who therefore are paid for to use those public services, and who have no right to be here. Why is your tax money? Why are my listeners paying for people who have no right to be here accessing those services?
If you are talking about people who have come in on visas through legal means where they've overstayed, then obviously they haven't come here for free. They've gone through a process where they've provided fees to get
their visa.
They've overstayed their visa, and we can't. I can't generalize on why each individual situation has. I mean, there's some cases where you have said that we have to apply by the law, but the whole point is that we're not. The whole situation is in chaos because of the last government, and what this government is doing is not tackling the actual situation. It's just mimicking what the Tories did.
Do you think it is fundamentally right that a man who is barred from seeing his own children because of sexual offences he committed to children is allowed to stay in this country rather than be deported because of his right to a family life here?
I mean, what kind of question is that? So of course that's wrong, but we have laws in this country. We have laws in this country that deal with people like that.
Yeah, I know, but then it's being blocked. It's being frustrated.
what's been his? I mean,
under Article 8 of the
obvious,
ECHR, it's frustrated because of his right to a family life. I think all of us agree, whatever side our
so
politics.
he's being blocked from being deported,
Yes.
but obviously he's being dealt with by the law.
But do you not think he should be deported?
But if he doesn't have a right to be here, and that's been through the process, and there's a court that says he should be deported, then of course, it's not up to me or you to decide whether he should remain here or not, as long as there is the law is being applied.
Thank you very much indeed for coming on. Appreciate your time. Mish Rahman, former member of the Labour Party's National Executive Committee. I'm sorry, I don't see how it is an unconscionable position or you're so far right position to say if you haven't got the requisite paperwork to be in this country, to do the things you want to do in this country, like work, you can't be here. How is that in any way a controversial statement? And so you know what? Good on the government for upping the number of enforcements that they're doing in these nail bars and these car washes and all the kind of places that, let's be honest, you sort of suspect that people are working in that probably don't have the paperwork to be in the country. Maybe it needs to be asked of them whether or not they do. Of course they should be returned. Absolutely. Otherwise, what's the point? Otherwise, we might as well not have an immigration system at all.